เ It was set to default again. Ah! Oh my god. I didn't double check. That was my fault. Hashtag streamer scuff. Whoa! An hour 35 to figuring that out. Well, now you get to hear the gorgeous voice that I gave Officer Meekins. But I did see a badger, sir! A lone blue badger! Oops. What you said just now is contradictory to the facts. How so, Mr. Edgeworth? This is what Officer Meekins' testimony contradicts. Let's have a look. Ah, yes. There should have been only one.
Take that!
Officer Meekins, let's back things up. I'd like to ask you about your last statement. Sir? Of course, sir! If that's your wish, Mr. Prosecutor! This little patrolman will wait as long as I am commanded to wait! You said that you saw a blue badger, correct? And yet, if you take a look at this, what you saw was not supposed to happen. This park is supposed to have only one of each badger in it at any given time. Which means that as long as you are the blue badger, Officer Meekins, you should not have seen another blue badger wandering the premises. What? Sir!
Then that would mean that there were 2 blue badgers walking around. But why?
Why indeed?
Sir, I am undercover as the blue badger now, sir. I must pretend to not know anything about anything, sir.
I mustn't respond to that. It would be like shooting fish in a barrel.
Sir, you have a copy of the Blue Badger Bible too, sir?
The Bible.
That was written by experts on the badger family, sir. And it's very, very thorough. It doesn't matter that I was made the blue badger only a little while ago, sir. That book helped me memorize every name of every badger, sir.
It's not that hard to remember 4 incredibly obvious names. The man only has 3 brain cells. Give him a break. Oops. Okay. Don't worry. That whole time I was muted, you didn't miss much. Just me complaining about the ride down to my trip to Melbourne. And, talking about the heritage town I visited. Which had real horses. And other real animals. Also, while I was down there, I saw a lot of bunnies. And alpacas. Being kept. Not the rabbits. The rabbits weren't being kept. They were wild. I should say feral, rather. And, we passed by one place that had, emus on their farm. While we were driving out, towards the, coast. I think this is it. There we go. And also the fact that we tried to visit Luna Park on a Thursday, when it was closed. A second blue badger that shouldn't exist. Clearly, the true identity of the person underneath is...
Oh, I know. It's one of the kidnappers, right? The person wore a costume to get away.
Precisely. After all, the costumes that went missing from that storage area are...
A blue badger, a proto badger, and a bad badger.
Yes, those 3.
So there are 3 phony badgers running around in the park somewhere, huh? Except... then...
Unless... I think that bad badger mask that we have in our inventory will come up later. Now that we know that the kidnappers were wearing badger costumes, those footprints from earlier take on a new and very significant meaning.
Oh, you mean now we know which tracks belong to the kidnappers, right?
Yes. More than shoe prints, we need to follow the paw prints of badgers.
Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to use those footprints and go badger hunting. Alright! Let's go. Huh. So, we're looking for footprints made by a costume. Hey, I think I found them. There are 2 sets here.
They both do look like possible candidates.
This set's walking off to the west. Ugh, it just stops. I can't make heads or tails of where it's headed from here.
I think we can assume it's headed towards the stadium.
I wonder where the other set leads. This one seems to be headed east. Huh? Quick, Mr. Edgeworth! I got him! I got one of the culprits!
No! I'm not a kidnapper, sir! Down, Kay. Clearly, those footprints belong to Officer Meekins. But our criminals were each wearing a costume.
Aha! Maybe they came over to this garage for something.
That's what I would suppose. Officer Meekins, if you could step aside for a moment. We need to examine the garage.
Sir! Roger Wilco, sir!
Who's Roger? He's talking to me. Let's open the shutter and see what we find.
Maybe we'll find the kidnappers hiding inside.
At an hour and 43 minutes? Are you joking?
Ah!
What in the... We seem to have stumbled across a dead body.
God, it's always murder. That helicopter's going over again.
She must be in severe shock to have been the first to find it. Now then, who is this man? It's Oliver! Mr. Amano, are you saying this man is... Yes. He's my butler. How could something like this have happened? Indeed. And why was Mr. Deacon here to begin with? I better investigate this crime scene quickly, before Agent Lang or his men return. The kidnapper's footprints lead right to this garage. And right to a dead body. Is it possible one of the kidnappers is now a murder victim? Interesting, theory? From my cursory examination, I believe this man died of a fatal bullet wound.
You sure are calm for someone who just found a body.
It's surprising what one can become accustomed to in the span of 2 days. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Ah!
I cannot let that thing get damaged at all. If you're wondering what that sound was, this was a...
I have an ocarina now.
This is an unusually shaped pendant.
What is it? Is it something valuable?
She seems to have regained some of her composure.
It looks like a horse pendant. It's got an antique feel about it, and it's really pretty. Hold on. This is made of platinum silver. Nice! It is worth something after all. Oh, and look! There's something written on the back. Colin Deveray. It's a name.
Colin Deveray. This man's name is...
Wonder what that's about.
As long as that Interpol agent has control of this case, I'm not going to be able to have a real autopsy done on the victim. I'm no doctor, but let's see what I can piece together myself. There are 2 gunshot wounds, one in his abdomen and one in his shoulder.
So that means he was shot twice?
No, I don't think so. I think the abdominal one is an entry wound, and the one near his shoulder is the exit wound.
Nice. I knew you could figure it out.
It comes with experience. And I've seen my fair share of crime scenes. Speaking of experience, this crime scene seems a bit too clean for a murder where the bullet went clean through.
Yes. He wasn't killed here.
I should make a note of this oddity.
Let's have a look at our logic first. Back. Okay, evidence. Nothing I can look at there. I thought maybe he was holding something in his hand, but the thing didn't light up. Bleh, that's weird.
What a peculiar car.
Yeah, from the look of it, it must be the Blue Badger mobile. And it has 3 tires. So maybe it left those tire tracks behind.
That's simply not possible.
Huh? Why?
Take a look at the tires. There's no mud stuck to them. Therefore, it must have been here since before it started to rain.
Oh, gotcha! Good eye!
It's a shame I don't see any other clues around. Mr. Amino, this body. Yes, that's my butler, Oliver. How could something like this have happened? Indeed. Why was Mr. Deacon here to begin with? And I look at the tire prints. It's a set of tire tracks originating from the garage.
Aha! So that means a car left from the garage at some time. At some time, right?
I think that's a typo. It should be at some point. Correct, but for the car to leave these tracks, it would mean that it left during the passing rain. And it was also parked in the other parking spot. That's the only explanation as to why these tracks are made of mud. 3 treads. I think we could also safely assume it's a special type of car.
Meekins, speak to us? No? Oh, did you know I really love this kind of chair, the way it rocks back and forth? When I grow old, I plan to sit in one of these and rock the day away every day. You don't have to wait, Miss Ridgeworth. You're at just the right age for one.
Okay, you are just a little babby. Do I really project myself as someone of that age? A man of 42?
Many findings indicate loss of blood resulting from gunshot wound.
Despite the fact that the final bullet went clean through your body, there's a little blood at the site where body was found.
Nope. What am I deducing here? Oh!
There's something not right about the name on the pendant. The victim is the Armano family butler, and his name is Oliver Deacon. But the name on the pendant is Colin Deveray.
I wonder what's up with that.
I don't know, but I think we've hit upon an important piece of information.
Oh. Lance! Lance! Where are you, sweetie? Oh, a baby.
Excuse me, but you are?
But don't. Ducky, ducky.
Huh?
Oh, this is bad. He's really good looking.
Oh no. Oh no, it's a straight woman.
Stop it, Lauren. You can't let yourself fall for a playboy like him. You're in love with... Sounds like someone doesn't know the meaning of the phrase inner monologue, huh?
Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but might you be a friend of Lance?
Yes, I'm Lance's girlfriend. My name is Lauren Popes.
His girlfriend? And I love her little ring pop stick.
Oh, it's not like that. We're more like friends, and, we're not lovers or anything. We haven't gotten that far yet. We haven't even held hands. But I guess that's how people are going to see it. So I should just accept it. I even got this ring as a present from Lance. You know what she reminds me of? A cartoon character.
May I inquire as to why you are here?
I haven't been able to get in contact with Lance lately. I began to get really worried. I looked everywhere for him, and then I heard about the kidnapping, so I came here. Wow, you're really strong for having made it through all this by yourself. Is it true? Has Lance really been kidnapped?
No one's supposed to know, but yes, it's true.
Oh, Lance! I can't believe you've been spirited away. I wonder how you're doing right now. Looks like she's gone back to the fair maiden in love routine. So, Mr. Edgeworth, where do we go from here?
Well, we found a body, so we should look into the murder.
Oh! There he is. You finally get to hear my voice.
For my men brought me up to speed over the radio. I have to say, you really should have called. I heard you found something very intriguing. I have nothing to hide, Agent Lang. It's exactly what you see before you. I'll take it from here. Yep, that guy's really dead. Hey, you waiting for an invitation? Hurry up and detain the suspect now. Suspect? Who? Officer Meekins, is it? You're coming with us.
What? Sir! I had nothing to do with it, sir!
Agent Lang, don't you think you're being a bit rash? Do you even have a good reason to suspect Officer Meekins? Huh. I leave that kind of stuff to you prosecutors. It's your job, after all. Like I said earlier, the crime scene isn't as forgiving as your precious courtroom. That's your answer?
What? Yucates? Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it.
That's your answer? I know you like your logic and reasoning.
Hi. I'm feeling pretty alright. I'm playing a game.
But that sort of impractical fluff's not needed out here in the field.
Blah.
All you have to do is arrest suspicious person after suspicious person. That's how you eliminate crime from the streets. But that's also
I'm very good at this voice acting thing.
But that's also precisely how you unnecessarily arrest innocent people by mistake. Innocent people? Nonsense! There's no such thing as an innocent person. We've all got a blemish or two in our hearts. Lang, please. That's tyranny. I won't allow such a thing to go on unchecked before my eyes. Huh. Too bad you don't call the shots around here. As I've sworn to uphold the laws of this land, I cannot allow you to take this man in. How long have I been streaming in general? Well, I started early 2022, so about 2 years ago, but I've been on and off for a bit, most of a bit. And only this year did I finally decide, okay, I gotta start streaming like once a week or something. But the past 3 weeks I couldn't stream because I was out of town, and then I came back and had a cold. So that's fun. Yeah. That she would arrest a man on false charges without even conducting an investigation. Have you no honor as a member of law enforcement? You! How dare you speak so disrespectfully to our Shifu? Hold it!
Like your model, did you make it by yourself? I did, yeah! I did. I did the design, I did the art assets, I did all the rigging. Yeah. It is cool. Thank Phew, I do think I did a good job on my model. Though I do plan to upgrade it a little bit once the next version of the program I'm using comes out. And they bring in bones! I create 2D, what do you mean? When you say 2D, what do you mean? I do draw, like, I usually draw art stuff in 2D arts. I've never made a 3D in anything. Oh, I completely lost my train of thought.
You amuse me, Mr. Prosecutor. Like Zess says, every pack has its own rules.
Oh, do I do animation? Not really. I mean, this is technically like the closest I've gotten to really animating. Like, I can do it, but I'm not very good at animation yet. But for doing stuff like this, it's like a different type of animation that I was able to figure out. Because it's like, you know, you track it with your camera and stuff.
If you can play by their rules and come out on top, that is a true victory. Alright, I'll give your beloved laws a fair shake. I'll show you just how much investigating I've done. About Bupkis. Through my line of logic.
But yeah, I don't usually animate, but it depends on like what the animation is. Shillong Lang's logic. Say that 5 times.
I've seen a lot of bodies like the one being carted off in my time. I can say he was shot in a single glance, but even you figured that much out, right? With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. Not unless you're a member of law enforcement like Officer Meekins. Isn't that right?
Okay.
That is your reasoning? A picture of the bad badger on the door. Oh, that's good. Solid as a rock. It's based on the philosophy of detainment. The what?
What's this philosophy of detainment?
You don't know? In that case, pay attention, girlie. In my country, the criminals have a saying. Beware of the wolf.
I think most countries have a saying like that. Especially the ones where they have wolves.
Why the wolf? Because in my language, lang means wolf. And you don't mess with me or my pack. And as for the detainment philosophy, its father is my honorable ancestor, Lang Tse. You would think I'd have heard of him and his teaching if he was that famous. Lang Tse developed it as he worked to lock criminals away thousands of years ago. To this day, the Zhangfa police still trains its recruits using these philosophies.
But thousands of years ago? That makes your story about as believable as a fairy tale.
Anything wears down and breaks over time. Do you really believe something so ancient as that can be applied to today's world? You want to put it to a test?
Rebuttal. Alright. As always, we press for information.
Hold it!
Hold it.
So what can you tell me about the body? A lot. Even without an autopsy, I have my ways. They teach you the basics of forensics along with the detention philosophy. Oh, then you wouldn't mind telling me a little of what you figured out, correct?
Hold it!
Yes, I think anyone who saw the bullet wounds would come to the same conclusion.
Not so fast!
Not so fast? Don't pat yourself on the back yet. What's that supposed to mean? The way she just slides in and out. Langsa says, search where the water is deepest. I don't want to do that. You have to keep your eyes on the big fish that lurks in the depths, which is the killer.
What?
Is that right? And what would you know about the killer? With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun.
Hold it!
It would appear you've studied a little of our laws. Studied? Who needs to study what every child on any street corner already knows?
What?
It's that... Sheena!
The Federal Firearms Restriction Act.
That's it. The Federal Firearms Restriction Act.
Blech.
I hear it's not easy to get a gun these days. Interesting. That woman is the one in charge of keeping track of the information.
She holds the brain cells.
Hold it!
If that's the case, there are plenty of other officers who might be potential suspects. You're not seriously going to arrest each and every one of them, are you? As if I'd need to. I've already looked into everyone else here. Oh? Other than Officer Meekins, I know no one else's weapon's been fired. How'd you check every single person's weapon in such a short span of time? That's because each and every one of my subordinates is extremely capable. It didn't take more than a few minutes to conduct the entire investigation. The power of sheer numbers.
And maybe the world. As in the stand.
But you have yet to check Officer Meekin's weapon, correct? Thanks for reminding me. Hey, you. Show me your gun. What's wrong? Why does he look so sickly pale all of a sudden?
Gun!
What'd you say? I can't hear you. Stop mumbling and spit it out already.
Sir! Oh, there's a plane going over. 1 second.
I lost my gun, sir!
Oh no.
How could you be so irresponsible? In the end, it looks like you're still the only suspect we've got. You're the one who waited here outside this garage to ambush and kill the victim. So you think that Officer Meekins waited here to kill the victim, do you, Lang? I think this little accusation deserves a lot more scrutiny.
Nice try.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Agent Lang, that is simply not possible. What do you mean? You've seen the crime scene for yourself. And while you were looking, did you not think to yourself that it was a little too clean? Oh yeah! I forgot about this. This pose he makes. So you did notice that there was too little blood. Do you still wish to claim that Officer Meekins committed the murder here? Because this isn't the crime scene. And if it was your men who led you to think it was, then I suggest you leave this case to the local police to set the record straight. Not bad. I see your logic can be just as sound as mine. In that case, let me ask you this. Don't you think it's weird that that officer was hanging out around here in the first place? No. Weird? How so? Hey, you! Your squad's not even supposed to be in this area, right? What were you doing neglecting your duties and loafing around here? Don't you dare give me some lame excuse like, I found myself taking a walk.
But sir, I really did take a walk, sir.
Oh, like Alucard? You're a disgrace. How dare you take your pack obligations so lightly? Officer Meekins is looking extra meek. Is he hiding something?
Mr. Edgeworth, please, sir! Save me the way you did earlier, please, sir!
Officer Meekins, please give us a detailed account of what happened.
Sir! Not you too!
Excuse me.
It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area, sir. I was told to check every square inch of the main gate area, sir. I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams at the...
Oh, I just felt something weird in my throat just then. I think it was a air bubble.
I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the Blue Badger mobile, sir. But I got completely caught up in my role selling dreams to the children, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir.
What is this Blue Badger mobile?
It's a moving store on wheels that sells sweet dreams and merchandise, sir.
So, the Blue Badger mobile is just a roaming souvenir shop? Yeah.
Sir, I swear I was chasing the kidnappers down while I was being a good dream merchant.
I'm not sure I want to buy a dream from this guy. He seems rather worked up, even more than his usual hyperactive self.
He sure seems sure of what he's saying.
Can you try to calm down and lower your voice to a more reasonable level, officer?
Sir! Roger, sir!
Where were you assigned?
Hold it!
Alright then, where were you assigned to?
I was assigned to the main gate, sir!
That's right. He must mean the area with the bridge and the outrageous fountain.
Okay, then why are you here in the Wild Wild West area?
It's because of a very deep reason, sir. Ma'am? Sir, ma'am?
Why?
Hold it!
Describe for me how you conducted your investigation.
Yes, sir. Well, first I made sure there were no suspicious-looking people in the area, sir. But the only people that seemed to gather around me were little girls, sir.
Well, what'd you expect when you dressed like the Blue Badger?
thought I had no choice at that point, sir, so...
Yeah, you know how violent a little girl gets?
Scary shit.
Hold it!
What exactly do you mean by selling dreams?
Sir! The Blue Badger mobile is where dreams are collected!
What?
Sweetness like you've never known except in dreams, ma'am, like innocence drops. And bitterness found only in nightmares, ma'am, like guilty jawbreakers. Selling those as I push the Blue Badger mobile along is my sworn duty, ma'am.
Hold it!
You completely forgot to look for the kidnappers.
No, sir, of course not, sir. I would never do something like that, sir.
Except you totally did.
You're absolutely right.
Wow, you're good at this forcing people to confess thing, Mr. Edgeworth.
To be frank, I'm just a little man, sir. I'm just a normal man. Just an innocent man, sir. I'm better at selling kids a few small dreams than looking for a big crook, sir.
I almost misread that for a second. Don't ask me what I thought it said.
Hold it!
Enough wallowing in your own self-pity. Let's return to your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hold it!
How did you wind up all the way over here?
I was in the middle of a sea of kids, sir. But one of the kids decided to challenge me to a fight, sir. I had to run away from the child's painful drop kicks, and before I knew it...
The good old drop kick. I dished out my fair share of those when I was a kid. You're still a kid. It was always the best when you felt one really connect with your opponent.
In any case, you wound up here for a reason, completely unrelated to the investigation.
Sir? That's right, sir.
That's not something you should be admitting to with your head held high, officer. It sounds like he simply forgot about his real job and became the Blue Badger. However, there is one flaw in Officer Meekins' testimony. Story. But I have the feeling that he'll need some prodding before he'll spill the beans.
Okay. Wait a minute, no. Because this one hasn't moved at all. Okay. I think this is it?
Objection!
Yes.
Officer Meekins, I would appreciate it if you didn't tell such transparent lies.
Sir? I'm lying, sir?
Yes, you are. If you were really out there selling dreams with the Blue Badger mobile until recently, then what is it doing here inside the garage?
Ah! Actually, I had just lost track, sir.
Lost track of what?
By the time I realized it, the Blue Badger mobile was nowhere to be found, sir!
Which would mean it was perhaps stolen.
And that's when I came back to this area, thinking maybe it was in the garage, sir. But that's when you found me, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Not so fast!
Yep. A likely story. Who do you think's gonna buy such a convenient tale as that? And what exactly is so convenient about his story? The car getting stolen. It's completely unbelievable, even for a cover story.
What do you mean?
But I think we can assume the car was used, alright. To move the dead body.
What?
You killed the victim at some distant location, Officer Meekins. And then you used the Blue Badger mobile to transport it all the way here. Now then, you're coming with me.
Sheena's dress is backless, chap.
But it wasn't me! Sir, the killer, sir! It wasn't me, sir!
Agent Lang, wait! Huh? What do you want now? We still don't know where the real scene of the crime is. You can't say we know all the facts of this case, let alone the truth. I told you, truth, schmooth. I couldn't care less. Our job is to catch the crook. You'll find out your precious truth after we arrest this guy and take him in. That's the job of you prosecutors in your fancy courts with your logic. As for us, we don't have that kind of time to waste. We're too stupid to think. You boorish buffoon! I think you need to leave. What? We need to get the body to autopsy, and you guys are getting in the way. You would interfere with another one of my investigations? Hey now, let's not forget who holds the actual authority to conduct investigations here. Ah. I'm afraid the one doing the interrupting is you, my ignorant little pretty boy. Ah. No! Now be a good fancy boy and get out of my sight. If you don't, I'll arrest you for obstruction of justice.
Well, crap. Yeah, save my progress. Find the eyewitness. Okay. Huh. It is almost 2.5 hours. I'm gonna take a quick break and find myself a nice snack. And also stretch my leggies. And refresh my throat a little. 'Cause boy, Meekins is gonna do me a bit of suffering. And Lang. Alright. I shall return. Yeah. shoot. Where do I put this? That day. One moment. I'm not actually that hungry for snacks. A rarity. Ugh. All right. Back to it. Got myself a nice cup of tea, which will hopefully soothe. Here we are back at the Gatewater Land main gate.
Chased out like a pair of peasants.
That's right.
Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Kay?
there's something even thieves should never steal. Do you know what that is?
You really shouldn't steal anything. However, I'll bite. What shouldn't a thief steal?
A life. It's too heavy of a burden on your soul to get away with, ever.
That's something we can agree on. Well said, Kay. No matter what we may try, murder is the one crime that can never truly be hidden. I mean, I suppose. And I intend to prove that by my own hands. When I apprehend the murderer myself.
All right, and I'm going to work extra hard to be a good assistant. Let's go!
I still never said she could be my assistant. I'm just going to drop the issue. The first thing we should do is locate the real scene of the murder. Mr. Edgeworth! Detective Gumshoe! Mr. Edgeworth! The stadium! Hurry, sir! This is supposed to be hush-hush, but they found a witness at the stadium! A witness? You! What did we tell you about leaving your assigned post? The jig's up. Mr. Edgeworth, remember that I'm always rooting for you, so go get him, sir!
Oh good, they didn't drag him away this time.
Those detectives sure look like they're enjoying themselves.
It's not all fun and games, Kay. Now then, let's head to the stadium and meet this witness.
A pink Badger-mobile. Here we are at stadium.
I thought there was a witness here.
Yeah, I don't see anyone. Mr. Edgeworth! Long time no see. Emma!
You are Miss Emma Skye, correct? This girl is the younger sister of my former superior, Lana Skye. 2 years ago, we stood in the same courtroom together as witness and prosecutor. But I thought she'd gone to Europe to study forensics.
She did, and then she came back.
Right. I can't believe you remember me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Of course I do. How have you been? You look to be in good spirits. Are you still studying abroad?
You bet. More than anything, I want to investigate crime scenes scientifically.
I've been studying non-stop every day to become a top-notch forensic scientist. But it's spring break now, so I thought I'd come back for a bit.
I see.
Oh, we can talk now.
I almost didn't recognize you. You've really grown in these past few years.
Oh, please don't tease me, Mr. Edgeworth. I know I still have a long way to go. But I'm going to be a super forensic scientist someday. You'll see! You seem to know Mr. Edgeworth really well. Are you two acquaintances? Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Emma Sky. Nice to meet you. I'm studying abroad. I'm studying abroad now to be a forensic scientist. How about you? Wow, that's a great dream. My name's Kay Faraday. And I'm training to become an unstoppable great thief. A great thief?
Don't think too hard on it, Emma. It's not worth the trouble. In any case, we have much to catch up on.
You bet we do.
So why are you here, Emma?
Well, I just happened to decide to come back home for spring break. And then I heard that you'd come back too. So I raced on over here. I really wanted to welcome you back at the airport. The airport, but I had just missed you.
And how exactly did you know I was here?
Through the power of science, naturally. Never investigate what science can do for you. I used these to track your footprints, and I followed them straight to you. This set's the greatest. It's so wonderfully scientific. You spray this chemical on the ground, and when you shine the special light on it, zing! The footprints light up like an electrified noble gas in a glass tube. It's almost like magic, scientifically speaking.
Forensic science has never seemed more ominous to me than at this very moment.
Ah, there's a moth flying around me. The witness. Oops! I pressed the wrong button.
Emma, I'd like to ask you about what you witnessed.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Are you not the witness Detective Gumshoe told us about?
Well, I did get a call from Detective Gumshoe earlier. He was practically yelling at me. Mr. Edgeworth needs your scientific doohickeys right now, pal, he said.
What was that man thinking? Or rather, not thinking. So let me guess. There's been a murder, right?
Oops, I think that was hairline. There's a murder, right?
Yes, unfortunately. There's a sudden glint in her eyes. But I need to keep my mind focused on the witness. Now, where'd that person go?
Well, it's a big giant lodge vehicle. Big giant lodge. It's not even that big.
I assume this is another Badger mobile?
Yeah, but it's a different color from the Blue Badger's car.
Yes, this is the retina-searing pink model. Huh? What's that off in the distance?
Hey, it's the Pink Badger. Badger, get!
Tough love. Badger, 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 badger.
Mushroom, mushroom.
Just what does she see in these silly things?
I think this badger has something to say to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
you by chance the witness I've been searching for? Sorry, but I don't speak badger dance.
Ah! I can't take being inside that stuffy head anymore!
You're... No! Why her? Why here? Why now? I first met this woman 3 years ago. She was a witness in one of my cases. Oh, she's gonna kill my throat for sure. She has since gone out of her way to pop up unexpectedly and give me grief.
Edgy poo! Why couldn't you understand what I was trying to tell you?
I mean, really? I was trying so hard to keep the kids' dreams alive by staying in character. But you couldn't pick up on what I was trying to convey to you? I'm sick and tired of that roundabout way of talking, so I'm just going to be direct. I had a bad feeling before, but this just made it official. Today's gone beyond the typical not my day into the realm of waking nightmare.
So, you're a friend of Mr. Edgeworth too, Miss Pink Badger?
Oh, you could say that, but right now I'm just the pink badger, dearie. She may look the part, but I know better than to trust my eyes around this woman. My name is Wendy Oldbag, but you could call me Wendy, or Granny, or whatever suits your fancy.
Nice to meet you, Miss Oldbag. I'm Kay Faraday.
Huh. What do I care about a young whippersnapper like you?
Yeesh, I was just trying to be polite.
Weren't you a security guard at one of the Gatewater hotels the last time we met?
Yeah, that was in the second game.
I go where I'm needed. I'm very good at what I do, unlike the youth of today.
Oops, sorry about that. I went to take a sip.
I get called in all the time to fill in when there aren't enough hands. But enough about me, Edgy Poo. I'm thoroughly dejected right now. I finally get the chance to see you again, and here you are talking with two young girls. Men are all the same. It doesn't matter how shamelessly flirt with it. Oh, I'm not gonna even try. It's too much. Men are all the same. It doesn't matter how old they get, they continue to shamelessly flirt with young girls. Why, just the other day it happened with my Yoon, who I had finally gotten to notice me. He went and got into an arranged marriage with an 18-year-old. I don't see what he sees in her at all. As they say, the persimmon takes 3 years to ripen. That girl...
You seem to attract all sorts of interesting people, Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank goodness for the history button. Kay, please, I'm begging you, by all means, do not provoke her any further.
Aren't you forgetting about something, Mr. Edgeworth? This person could be the witness.
Honestly, I hope she isn't, but I don't think fate is going to be so kind today. I saw what happened. I even saw the exact moment it happened. How's that?
So it's true. She is the witness.
I don't suppose I can afford to ignore the old bag. Yes, it was just a little while ago. I saw it happen right in front of me. The moment of the murder. You mean to say that you witnessed someone being killed right before your eyes?
Sounds like a pretty important piece of testimony to me. What old bag witnessed? But hold on. I gotta switch my drinks. I just finished my tea. I'm gonna get back to the previous drink. Let's put my mug up there, so it's not in the way. I came to the stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you.
Looks like we hit the jackpot, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I can't afford to ignore what she has to say. Unfortunately.
What's that unfortunately you tacked on at the end supposed to mean, Edgy Poo? Well, anyway, let's see what we can find out from this little old lady.
Take a short break from job?
Hold it!
You mean you took a break from being the Pink Badger?
You may not think it, but it's hard work keeping the kids' dreams alive. You smell of sweat, your hip creaks with pain, you even begin to dream about work. That's the kind of story that would scar a child for life, you know.
Well, that's why I chose to come take my break here, whippersnapper. I don't plan on playing the part of the dead badger in front of a bunch of kids.
So what did you see while you, the Pink Badger, were resting?
Oh yes, that, well.
Hold it!
You saw two men. Can you describe them for me?
Oh, they look like your average Joes, completely uninteresting and not worth fawning over. I'm telling you, they were so boring I don't even remember much beyond that.
But did they have any special features? Anything you can recall would be very helpful.
Oh my, don't tell me you're jealous of those two men. Hey, she's right. You do seem pretty worked up over them, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm not worked up over anyone, and I'm not jealous.
It's all right, Edgy Boo. Those... Those two were just fools compared to a stallion like you. I thought so little of them that I lost interest the instant I laid eyes on them.
Hold it!
You're claiming to have seen the exact moment in which the murder took place?
Absolutely! That gun made a terrible racket when it was fired. You didn't try to go help the person that got shot? I'm only one person, you smart aleck brat! What could I have done? You could have scared the guy off. I took off as soon as I could to find someone who could help. Fair enough.
Two men, one bullet. It's all consistent with what we found out from the body. Sadly, there wasn't exactly a lot of new information to go on in your testimony.
Well, if I saw the guy again, I'm sure I could identify him for you. I mean, how do you expect me to remember anything without something to jog my memory? Self-centered, aren't we?
While it was somewhat useful, her testimony also presents us with a new problem.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes?
So about this new problem.
What's that giant grin on your face for?
Do you want me to show you something really nice?
No, thank you.
Oh, don't be so mean. I swear it's something you're gonna like.
What is that gadget you're holding?
What you see before you is the secret weapon of a great thief.
Ah, I should have known it would be worthless. Wow, cutting right to the bone.
Oh, don't be like that. What do you think now?
What is it doing? It's projecting something into the air.
I'm gonna input the necessary information to run the simulation now. Once I'm done, I'll increase the size of the projection to its maximum size. Lifelike. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. Wahoo!
What is this?
This is a recreation of the murder based on the info I inputted into Little Thief. Little Thief!
Little thief. That'll be something different. Little thief? I dare say I think you're taking the Robin Hood thing a bit far.
Little Thief's actually meant to be a simulator for me to plan my thefts. But I suppose if I used it like this... Let's see. This old bag said that the two men were facing each other. And then a gunshot rang out and the victim fell to the ground.
Ah, so with this we can inspect the crime scene as it was in the past.
See? So what do you think?
I have to say, I'm impressed by the technology thieves have access to these days.
Well, it is the super secret weapon of the mighty Yatagarasu.
Indeed.
Oh, but if there isn't enough information or if something's out of place, the recreation could come out a little strange.
In other words, I can use this to authenticate the validity of a witness's testimony.
You got it! You really catch on quick, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right now, this simulation is a recreation of that witness's testimony. So for now, I should re-examine everything. If I find anything illogical or strange, I can then ask for clarification.
Feel free to examine anything in the simulation in the way you always do. You can even present evidence when you find a contradiction. And if you find something, I've got Little Thief with me, so you can just let me know, okay? Alright. Oh, let's do this. Ikimasu.
According to the testimony, the victim fell to the ground here.
That's right, but...
But if that's the case, then we've already found our first contradiction.
Huh? Where?
If this is the real scene of the crime, there's something missing that should be here. What am I looking for?
Take that!
This is the contradiction.
Huh? Is something wrong with my recreation?
If this is the real scene of the crime, something specific should be here. If you think back, how did we deduce that the other crime scene was not the real one?
Oh, I get what's missing now. There's no blood on the ground here either, right?
Right. The fact that there's no blood here casts doubt on the witness's testimony.
Edgy Poo! How can you doubt me like that? Are you calling me a liar? I know what I saw, and I saw the victim get shot down.
You know, I don't think she's lying, Mr. Edgeworth.
To be honest, I can't think of a reason why she would lie to me. In that case, maybe there's another explanation for the distinct lack of blood. It's the silhouette of the killer with his gun at the ready. Okay, is it not possible to recreate the face of the killer?
Well, I can't exactly input what we don't know into Little Thief.
She has a point.
What is this? Some sort of new attraction?
Wait, we can present things to her. Thanks to this, people have been taking my picture all day. It's like I'm one of the mascot characters of this park.
No. It's not like you are the mascot character. Well, one of them anyway.
But you have no idea how hard it is to be one. You're not allowed to talk at all. Taking away my ability to talk halves my effectiveness as a human being. You have a hard time not talking? But it seems like such an easy thing to do. Yeah. What do you know, youngin'? Just wait till you're my age and then we'll see. You'll see!
Is it possible this loud old lady was once a quiet, fair maiden? Heh, impossible.
Yet another blue badger. I've had my fill of these things for a lifetime.
Thank you for the extra commentary, but all I wanted was for you to take a look.
Oh, all right. I guess I can do that. But only because it's you, Edgy Poo. Ooh. What is wrong with this thing? Why is this blue badger wearing sunglasses?
How could she have not noticed all this time?
It's like a lineup of ugly thugs.
You cut to the quick?
Only behind the scenes. I'm the pink badger right now to the kids. But don't you think I'd be even more lovable if I kept this headpiece off?
No, please, keep the ensemble on. Think of the children. You're the one who wants to keep their sweet dreams alive, right?
Won't someone please think of the children?
Go on, Edgy Poo, show me anything and I'll tell you all about it.
Very well, what do you think of this?
It's nothing special.
Somehow I figured she'd say as much.
How about the body? Oh, nothing to say about the body. Nope. Okay. Amber? Oh, okay. Yes? Let's have a look at our logic. Why is there no blood? I think this is it, actually. Well, these are the only two things we have. Come on, connect! Yes!
Is it not possible that the victim was wearing a costume?
So, you really think that Mr. Deacon was one of the kidnappers?
I think we can reasonably assume there's a very good chance he was. And if that he was shot while he was inside one of those stolen costumes...
Then Mr. Deacon's blood would be inside the costume instead of on the ground. It would have to be a pretty thick costume.
Precisely. Now, if only we could prove that the victim was wearing a costume.
You'd think it'd be pretty easy if we could find some footprints. But the problem is finding them since there doesn't seem to be any around.
Footprints, I wonder how we can go about finding some of those.
Emma, help! Oh, I like her shorts. Like the shorts and socks combo, that's really cute! This is amazing! Just feel the power of science!
Emma, about that method you were talking about for finding footprints.
Ah, finally my expert knowledge in forensics is needed.
Yes, well, can you detect and trace even partial footprints?
Leave it to me. My cutting-edge detection kit can find anything.
Very well, if you could please analyze the footprints in this area.
Okay, stand back now and witness the power of science at work. Back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity. Hey, I found something. Look, right here.
Huh? I don't see anything.
Oh, that's right. Here, put these special glasses on, Mr. Edgeworth.
These footprints were definitely left by a badger's costume.
Judging by the way the prints are layered, those seem to be the newest.
Then we can conclude that the victim was definitely wearing a costume at the time.
Okay, in that case, I'll update Little Thief's simulation parameters. I can't wait to see what we can find out from this new info.
I don't know why that got me. So the victim was wearing a costume when he died.
And with that, we should be one step closer to the truth, right?
I see the recreation has changed in accordance with the new information. We may be closer, but now something else has caught my attention.
What do you want?
Your testimony, naturally. I'd like to hear it one more time, if you please.
I came to the stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you. So... does this mean that Miss Oldbag's testimony has a contradiction in it?
Yes, and I believe our best course of action is to compare it with your recreation.
See, I just knew Little Thief would be of help. Now let's see if we can pull more info from Miss Oldbag to put into the recreation.
For that, we must first find the contradiction in her testimony. Oh, excuse me. Came to the stadium to take a short break. We know this. As I was resting, I had to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. A very vague piece of testimony. You saw two men. Okay. Suddenly there was a loud gunshot and the person who was shot fell to the ground. Except it doesn't make any sense.
Objection!
Really? 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 Hold on for a second. What you said just now in this piece of evidence?
What is it now? If you have something to say, then out with it already.
Never mind.
What do you mean that didn't work?
Oh. Oops. I missed a bit there. Hold on, let me go back.
This is the first time I've seen you make a face like that, Mr. Edgeworth. That's because it's reserved all for me. Only I get to see it. Ah, so that's why.
I'd appreciate it if you kept your morbid fantasies to yourself.
Hold it!
Did I need to press first? You're claiming to have seen the exact moment in which the murder took place.
Absolutely! That gun made a terrible racket when it was fired.
Hold it!
Well, don't you have anything to say to me?
No, not especially.
Oh, you're so cold, Edgy Poo. But that's exactly what I like about you.
Ugh.
You sure are one tough cookie. One part unshakable and one part scary. Watch that smart mouth of yours, Missy. What do you know about my fragile heart?
Ugh. Knowing what we know now, thanks to your recreation.
So, she says there were two men, but, you know, when you're... yeah, she said there was nothing, like... Yeah, this must be it.
Objection!
There we go. Okay, now that makes sense.
Two men? How did you know the gender of the two people involved? Seeing as how the victim was wearing a costume at the time. Furthermore, I have another matter I'd like to inquire about. I'd very much like to know why you failed to mention the costume in your testimony.
Ah!
I'm beginning to doubt if you really witnessed the murder at all.
But I'm telling you, I really did see it. I saw it with my very own eyes. From a seat in the second tier.
Wendy.
The second tier?
Hey, didn't you say you saw it right in front of you earlier?
She was being metaphorical when she said that.
That was, you know, I was...
Called it.
I was using the phrase in the metaphorical sense.
I see our witness still has a screw loose in the metaphorical sense.
The cushy seats in the second tier are reserved for hotshot VIPs. Which is exactly why I go there now and then to take a nap.
I can't see how you could have gotten a good look from there. It's so high up.
Were you able to see even the victim's costume from way up there?
Well, I know I saw two people. But I couldn't really see what they looked like because they were in the stage's shadow.
Even then.
My eyesight isn't what it used to be, you know.
How old is a
Egg bag.
How old is an old bag again?
Oh. Of course. Not like when I was young. Give me a second. Not like when I was young. People used to call me Eagle-Eyed Wendy back then. I could spot a good man from 100 paces away as I walked down the street just like that. Of course, they also noticed me in a flash and tried to make their move, but I'm not that easy. I was a careful girl with a judgmental eye, but I never let a good man slip me by. You bet I didn't if you would have seen.
Let's return to our investigation, shall we, Kay?
You got it.
Ugh.
This new silhouette of the victim is in a costume. The silhouettes can change depending on the...
The silhouettes can change depending on the information I put in. But Little Thief can recreate more than just people. So investigate away. We might even find more info with which to make a more accurate sim.
Yeah, we're playing Sims 5 now.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
The augmented reality expansion.
This is amazing! Footprint analysis.
Thanks to you, I'm able to proceed with my investigation once again. Thank you.
Aw, it was nothing. I'm just glad that science and I could be of service. Pretty amazing how we could see the footprints. So what's the secret behind that thing?
Oh, you want to know? Here, you can read the manual.
Aha! Very interesting. Oh, aha, very interesting. So if I do this, I can avoid leaving footprints.
She can't seriously be trying to use the information to her advantage as a thief.
Wait. Alright. I wonder... Scientifically calculating and thinking critically about this, then putting it in a way that transmits the feeling that I understand. Done. She makes it sound like she knows what she's talking about, but she really has no idea.
Admittedly, I am slightly confused by what she just rattled off.
Okay.
It looks like they broke the stage down.
I guess this means they're done for the day.
Or maybe it's because of a different show scheduled to start its run tomorrow.
Troop Grammary!
Yes?
Do you believe this gadget will provide us with the proof we need?
Yeah, of course. Pretty neat, huh? By inputting info like this, it can recreate the crime scene exactly as it was. Although, Little Thief was originally intended to be a training sim for heists.
A training sim for thievery? I don't believe I can turn a deaf ear to that, Kay.
It's for practice. Practice. It's not like I've actually stolen anything yet. You stole Gumshoe's role. Besides, we're in the middle of an investigation, so stop nitpicking.
Even if it is just practice, I can't exactly endorse the act of stealing. Although admittedly, this device is rather useful in an investigation.
Using Little Thief.
So how am I supposed to use this to aid my investigation?
Oh, that's right. I guess I should explain how to use it, huh? Objects outlined in yellow are things that are not present in our time, but were there in the past. Things outlined in a dotted line are things that exist now, but didn't in the past.
I see.
You can examine and interact with replicated people and objects as you normally do. So you can even present evidence whenever you find an inconsistency. Oh, and be sure to point out mistakes in the recreation with evidence, too.
Very well, let's continue with the investigation.
Okay. Is there something here I can think about? Wait, oh yeah! Something up with this.
If that woman's testimony is to be believed, the murder occurred before the stage was broken down.
Do you want me to input that bit of info into Little Thief?
Yes, if you please.
Okay. Oop! Whoop! Well, that ain't right.
There's clearly...
A contradiction here.
Please stop stealing my lines.
Oh, come on. It wasn't that hard to see it coming, even for a layman like me.
I suppose. In any case, it is not possible for the killer to have stood here in that way. Because there was a very real stage set up in this spot at the time.
Yeesh. Yeesh, I told you I got it. Do you feel the need to explain everything?
I love that the schedule events. The Battle of the Magicians, Max Galactica versus Troop Grammary, and then after that, the Gavin's special concert.
Crap! We missed the Gaviners! Dang it.
Can't believe I missed Clavier. Could have gotten his number or something, I don't know. Wait, no, this is the baby 19-year-old one. No, I have to wait. Yes, well, in any case, we still need to resolve this unusual situation.
Isn't it obvious? The killer was on top of the stage, naturally. Right, Miss Oldbag?
Yes, I remember now. The killer was standing on top of the stage.
See? Now let me update the info in the simulation.
This is like playing with the move objects cheat on in The Sims. I don't know why that gets me. Just the blue badger going down and then the investigation complete. Well, well, what have we here? A bunch of hooligans running amok, I see.
Not you again.
Agent Lang, how nice of you to join us. Well, I can't have you going around messing up my crime scenes. Agent Lang, we've discovered that the real scene of the murder is here, the stadium. I see. Thanks. For what? I'm just trying to show you my appreciation for all the time you saved me. Who knew that such a strange little toy could recreate a crime scene like that?
Little Thief is not a toy.
You too. Sir? Ah. And there you have it, you see? Big boys like me don't need silly toys, little girl. Now this is a recreation. So what, do you still intend to assert that Officer Meekins is the killer? Of course. Even knowing that the crime took place here doesn't let him off the hook.
What do you mean?
This is the real scene of the crime. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of the stage. And when the victim finally showed, he shot him from on high. That's the truth your little recreation showed. How far will you go to accuse Officer Meekins of the crime? He's the most likely suspect we've got, especially given the situation with his gun.
Well, even if he is the killer, at least my recreation was on the mark.
You see? Thank you for understanding, my little crow girl.
I'm not some common crow. I'm the Yadagarsu, the Raven of Legend.
Unfortunately, your conclusion has yet to be tested. So let's see how well it holds up.
This is a real scene of the crime.
Hold it!
Yes, because we figured it out first.
Looks like we found the real crime scene first.
Yeah.
Brag all you want, but we don't have all that free time, unlike the two of you.
You know what you remind me of? A dog licking his wounds as he whimpers home.
Well, I guess I should be thankful for all the time you saved me. Xie.
That means thank you.
That's how we say thanks in my country.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I hope he realizes we didn't do all of this for him. But I'm here now, so I'll be taking over. As I was saying, this is where the crime took place. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of the stage.
Hold it!
Did he?
Lying in wait? How did Officer Meekins even know the victim was going to come here? Simple. He was investigating the kidnappers, right? And while he was doing so, he came to understand the victim, Mr. Deacon's movements.
Objection!
And why would the good officer want to ambush and kill a kidnapper?
Not the best!
You mean his motive? Motive? Who knows and who cares? You can find that out for yourself when you talk to him in jail. You have no respect for the order of law. Don't get me wrong, but I need more than there's no motive to convince me otherwise. He is right. The lack of a motive is a rather weak argument by itself. So the officer lay in wait on top of the stage.
When the victim finally showed, he shot him from on high. Did he?
Hold it!
So you agree with how our recreation turned out? Like I said, I'm grateful that you were able to save me some time. Alright, but we still don't know why he chose to wait on top of the stage. Who cares? Maybe he wanted to become the Blue Badger. Who's to say he didn't see the stage and decided to put on a Badger stage show of his own? Or maybe there's a completely different reason? What does it matter? It still doesn't change the fact that Officer Meekins stood up on that stage and shot the victim on the ground below. That's the truth your little recreation showed.
Except... God, I hope I do this right. If Officer Meekins shot him from above, the exit wound would be the abdomen. But it's not. The abdomen is the entry, which means he shot from below. If the killer shot from below, and he was on top of the stage.
Objection!
I'm terribly sorry, Agent Lang. I should have warned you that our recreation is incomplete. You cut in quite unexpectedly, after all. What's that supposed to mean? You said that the victim was shot by the killer from up above, correct? I hate to break it to you, but that's not possible.
Huh? Why not?
Recall Mr. Deacon's body, specifically where the gunshot wounds were located?
Actually, I didn't get that good of a look.
Oh, well then. The bullet entered Mr. Deacon in the abdominal region and exited through his right shoulder. This is more consistent with an angled shot from beneath the victim.
Then...
Yes, our recreation had the victim being shot at an angle from above.
a clear contradiction.
You're discounting your own conclusions? No, this one point is the only flaw. This was the mistaken parameter in our recreation.
The killer's and victim's locations.
Yes, the locations of the killer and the victim were all wrong. I get it. I see what you're trying to say. I believe the killer and the victim were standing opposite to what we initially thought. It was the victim who was on top of the stage as he was being shot by the killer.
Yeah. There he is.
If this is what happened, it would also explain the positioning of the gunshot wounds.
But then, what about the footprints?
Since footprints don't lie, we can assume then that the killer also wore a costume.
Okay, I'll try using that data instead.
Judging by the fact that both killer and victim were wearing costumes, I'd say it was a killing between the two kidnappers. That would be the most natural conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Agent Lang? Well done, Mr. Prosecutor. But that alone doesn't clear Officer Meekins of the crime.
You know what I just noticed? Lang's eyebrows blend into his hair. I should say they reach his hairline. Which is a fascinating figgy. Fascinating design choice. Another bit of proof. What?
I asked that you take another good look at the tire marks over there. The 3 marks are indicative of the Blue Badger mobile. That story Officer Meekins told about that shop on wheels getting stolen was just a lie. He drove the Blue Badger mobile here and committed the murder. Then he used the car to move the body to the garage in the Wild Wild West area.
I don't think so.
You believe he moved the body with the car? That's right. It was Officer Meekins himself who pointed us to the way he did it. The 3 tire tread marks are very telling, however. Is the Blue Badger mobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern?
You think they got... You believe, that what to do more like? You think there's only one truck here in place?
Hold it!
Tire marks. Yes, the tire marks. The ones there behind the stage.
Huh. They are oddly concentric.
They were hidden up until now by the various pieces of stage equipment. As for when they were made, they must have been made after the rain had begun to fall, correct? Yeah, and probably around the same time as when the killer's footprints were made. The tires on that Blue Badger mobile probably got pretty muddy because of that. I say it's the Blue Badger mobile because, well, that's pretty obvious too.
Hold it!
3 tire marks. I have to agree that the Blue Badger mobile has 3 tires. Of course. The only thing in this park that can make those marks is that roving shop.
Objection!
Are you forgetting that there are in fact 3 of them? You can't simply ignore the pink and the Proto-Badger mobiles, Agent Lang.
Not so fast!
Yes, I can. Watch this. Of course, I didn't say it couldn't be either of the other 2. But I see no reason to drag them into this just to complicate things. For fuck's sake.
Hold it!
I think I have to press everything and then I'll present my thing. Of course, you have some sort of proof that it was all a lie, correct? Of course not.
Well, that was blunt.
But suppose it is a lie. It would explain a lot of things. Like his movements and his whereabouts.
He drove the Blue Badger mobile here and committed the murder.
Hold it!
So you still claim that the tire marks belonged to the Blue Badger mobile? It must have arrived on the scene after the ground had become wet with rain.
Ooh, there's our in.
Officer Meekins committed the murder?
Objection!
Sorry, Agent Lang, but that's an impossible tale. And why is that? Those tire marks could not have been left by Officer Meekins' Blue Badger mobile. One look at the car would have told you so. What proves that the Badger mobile had never even been to the stadium?
Take that!
Take that.
Take a look at those tires! Take a good look at those tires. There's not a single dollop of mud to be found on it. Gah! If this car had come to the backstage area and left those tire tracks, then the lack of mud on these tires stands out as very peculiar indeed. Then how do you explain the tire tracks, genius?
Hey, I got it. What about Miss Oldbag's pink Badger mobile? Don't be ridiculous. I was sleeping the entire time in the second-tier seats.
Indeed, I believe we can rule her out as someone related to the crime. However, there is yet one more roving store, as I recall.
Oh, You mean the proto-badger?
That's right. There was one more parking space inside that garage, and it proves the existence of a proto-badger mobile. Agent Lang, I suggest you find this proto-badger mobile post-haste. There must still be some sort of incriminating evidence in it.
Ooh. Look at his little hand animation. Hey, did you hear something? Help. Wait. Oh! Who that?
Help me!
Are you alright?
Well, this is something. Looks like we found our kidnapping victim. Where were you all this time? Wild West. With kidnappers. He was in the room next to the one I was held in? Ran away, using underground, and got lost. The kidnappers. What is it? I can't understand what you're trying to say. The kidnappers escaped wearing costumes. Did you see the faces of your kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces, but two. One was a woman. A woman? Quite an important piece of testimony. Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop standing there and get your cops on this already. I'll even let you guys have what the kid said just now. Consider it a gift. Now, are you gonna get out of my crime scene, or am I gonna have to get rough? Ugh, again?
You're nothing but a big bully. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go.
Oh, no, no, no. Not you. You're a very important witness for my case. I'm not about to let you get away that easily.
Don't count on me to testify, because I won't. Not for you. That's right, I won't either. You hear me, you young whippersnapper?
Hey, calm down. There's no need for all this hostility. I just want to take a statement from each of you. I'm not gonna rough either of you up. I give you my word. Come now, fair maidens, what do you say? Will you cooperate?
Fair maidens? Oh my, you little rascal. You sure know the way into a woman's heart. Okay.
Lanxess says, the passage of time is but a fleeting moment, and a lady is young forever.
Huh. Trying to outdo my edgy poo with your fancy schmancy sayings. Let's get this over with. So we're clear, I'm only interested in giving you my statement.
Sure, just as soon as Mr. Prosecutor leaves us be.
Mr. Edgeworth. Lane! Let's save. But... regrouping with Anathamino. Tell you what. I'm gonna leave the rest of the case for next week. Because last case was 5 hours long and I was very tired by the end of it. This one is wearing me out vocally. And hopefully next week I won't have the accidentally leave myself on mute again because OBS reset its audio settings. God damn it, OBS. Well. Yeah, it's also midnight right now. And I don't wanna, because I have somewhere to be tomorrow and I don't want to be late. I don't want to miss it. It's a family get-together, of a speaking, of a sort. So, yeah. Take care of yourselves until we meet again here next week, okay? Or you can find me on my YouTube. Same username. I put all my VODs up there. Okay? Night-night!